Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with an Uber's Pokemon Spotlight. This time we're going to be featuring Mega Gengar. Now, Mega Gengar is one of those Pokemon that can pick and choose its matchups just because of its Shadow Tag ability, pretty much being able to effectively eliminate whatever it wants, right? In the right situation, Gengar can effectively eliminate whatever it wants just because of Shadow Tag obviously not allowing you to switch unless you're a Ghost type. It can be used as a stall breaker with Taunt, Hex, Will-O-Wisp. It can be used as just a flat-out revenge killer or sub 3 attack set. Perish Trap was something else that can be used as well. But it's just a really solid Pokemon. Defensively, doesn't really have bulk or anything, and before Mega Evolving, Cursed Body doesn't help too much. But the fact that Gengar can also absorb Toxic Spikes is really cool as well. I don't think that like defensively, the only thing it really does check is Arceus, kind of. But like I said, in a 1v1 situation, Gengar can pick and choose its matchups. There was a time where this Pokemon was actually talking about being banned. And there was a lot of controversy in the Ubers tier and a whole lot of things like that. But yeah, we got a few teams here today. Of course, weaknesses, like I said, its ability doesn't really give it anything prior to Mega Evolving. So Cursed Body doesn't really help it out prior to Mega Evolving. You ain't switching this thing in on anything in regular Gengar form. We usually bring it on double, slow U-turn, things like that. Maybe recover from like an Arceus Fairy or something like that. And the fact that it can be Pursuit Trapped, and Ubers does have Tyranitar. Deoxys at some point was running Pursuit. It's probably not running it anymore at all now. But let's look for a battle. Whoops, I just have allow notifications on. Ugh, I hate that stuff. But this is the first set we have. Just Taunt, Hex, Sludge Wave, Will-O-Wisp, and the entire team. I forgot I left the nickname on this thing. But the entire team has status. This can burn. And for basically, Mega Gengar's job in this game is to get rid of the threats for Ultra Necrozma, like Celesteela and whatnot. And we have Defog on Yveltal. So again, spread status with Glare, Toxic, and whatnot, and go from there. So I know Smeargle runs Taunt, and I know it runs Nuzzle, and I really don't want it nuzzling my Gengar. I really don't want that. I'm really slow on this one too. Alright, so we're going to lead off with a Yveltal because we can U-turn out of there versus Smeargle, excuse me. He leads off with his own Yveltal. Now this is interesting because I don't really like switching into this thing too much, but I mean Ho naturally does it anyway, so I can just U-turn. My ability did activate first. That could mean that he is not Scarf, because I obviously am. Probably Life Orb on this type of set. Life Orb Taunt. Throws off an Oblivion Wing. Life Orb? Yeah. That did some damage. I could burn him. I'm tempted to, as opposed to going for Toxic right now, because Taunt is also an option my opponent can go for. Actually, yeah, I'm going to throw off a Toxic as it brings out Kyogre. Now, this is a little bit of a problem to my team, but thankfully I do have... Let's land. Thank you. All right, that's going to help me out a lot, especially because this team is just straight up offense. I'm assuming he might double out to Smeargle right here as I go Groudon, but it's not worth the risk. Ho checks non-Stone Edge Lucario, can check Xerneas, can check Yveltal, can check a non-Stone Edge Groudon. Basically, Ho is one of the best Pokemon ever, in my opinion. And if it wasn't for rocks hindering it, man, that Mom would probably be banned. So we do see a Liquidation come out. Now, I definitely think that this thing is Earthquake because we do see Liquidation. However, I 100% want rocks up because my Gengar is about to come in and have just a lot of fun. My Gengar is about to come in and just have a lot of fun. So I click Lava Plume right here. Basically, Gengar gets the Mega Evolve for free, and we'll be able to pick up some KOs. Unfortunately, he makes it so that he can get in Smeargle right now. Man, I wanted him to Earthquake there, so I went down. Smeargle comes out. I'll just Lava Plume right now as he goes for Spore. We'll go hard Gengar. I don't expect him to Nuzzle right now. Yeah, just get up his Sticky Webs, and we can just Mega Evolve. Click that Sludge Wave, to which he doesn't really like switching into anyway, and it will be able to knock out Smeargle. Perfect. So I kind of wanted to prevent the... I actually really wanted to prevent the Sticky Web, if possible, which is why I got up rocks, but it happens. So now what I'll do is I'll go directly out to my Yveltal. I'm assuming he's just going to go for Dark Pulse. Either way, I'll be able to defog away as he goes for Sucker Punch. So that means if he Sucker Punch, Oblivion Wing, Dark Pulse, he might not have Taunt. But defogging is still my best play because it means my Mega Gengar is going to be faster than everything on his squad. So I'll pivot into my I'll pivot into Ho. I'm only going Ho because I want to see if he does have taunt. Because I will be throwing off Toxic right here. Let's see if he has taunt. And what I can do is I could save Gengar as a pivot at a point for my... he does have that taunt. I can save Gengar as a pivot just to get some regen. So we'll go for Sacred Fire now. As he goes for Sucker Punch. Ideally, I burn him right here. 50% chance. Does some beautiful damage too. Nice, nice, nice. I can definitely knock him out, but I don't want to be in this situation where he has this Pokemon out versus me. So what I will actually do is sack Groudon here. Sack Groudon. And I don't think a Veltal's U-turn actually knocks him out, but I don't see a reason not to go with Veltal, especially because I have a Necrozma and whatnot in the back. So Dark Pulse just seems to be my best play. It'll knock out a Veltal. It won't allow him to go out into Groudon for free because he will take a ton of damage from Dark Pulse. Lucario is definitely an option you could bring in. But only if it's Stone Edge Lucario. If it's not, then Ho just raw checks it. So at that point, maybe Oblivion Wind is a better play, but I'm really worried about Groudon. Xerneas comes out. I go right out into Necrozma right now. And I just click buttons. Plus, I have my Ho. So even if he goes for Geomancy, HP Fire, Thunder is not going to be able to knock me out. We do have a Sunsteel Strike. Does a ton, though. I definitely admit that did a ton. But this is offensive Sunsteel Strike, and we miss out on the KO just barely. I'll go Ho on the next Moonblast, because I think that I recover with Regenerator just enough to... Actually, no, I think I'll be like just barely a little bit higher up. It's just enough, though, I think. Ultra, what does a Veltal do, man? I'm trying to think about it. Like, in the long run, I feel like this is going to be checking that, and I do like the fact that this thing does resist the Bullet Punch. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll actually sack a Veltal here, just to get my regen. Let's see if he has Thunder or HP Rock. Throws off a Thunder. Ho, I can't believe that a Ho will lose to +2 Thunder at 85%. And, well, of course, that's also that chance of happening. So, effectively, my Ho does get its max recovery right here as Groudon comes out. And I'm extremely tempted just to click Toxic right now. Yeah, because Rock Polish is definitely a threat. So, we get a Toxic off on the Groudon, which is incredible. I don't care if he has Stone Edge. I'm a Brave Bird because I don't want him SDing for free. And basically just trying to rack up those turns, especially because my Mega Gengar's job is going to be to come in on Luke on a double down and just taunt it. So we're getting this on the Fire Punch or Stone Edge as he goes for Presses Blades. Doesn't necessarily matter to me. I'll allow him to knock me out with Presses Blades right here. As I guess my max defense set is just going to be able to do it anyway. Not bad. If he hit that Stone Edge, obviously he would have been able to knock me out and I would have sacked something else. But Luke is going to come out and I'm just going to Dragon Tail. Get some chip off on him. If he wants to SD, it's fine as long as I connect. Could have Glare as well, which is arguably the better play in my opinion. But I want to go down right here. In fact, I rather him... He could press his Blades. I'd rather him Stone Edge, because I might be overthinking this, but I feel like if I go Necrozma, right, I can Ultra Burst and just knock him out with my Photon Geyser. Like, that's my thought process right there. So by going hard Gengar, I think I prevent him from setting up, but I also mean he dies to Poison. Yeah, it's okay if he goes Press Blades. And if it's Swords Dance, it typically isn't Stone Edge, but I'm going to go Necrozma right now. Let's see if he Bullet Punches immediately. Just going to Ultra Burst and Earthquake. Yeah, you would close combat exactly because I was in that form. Alright, well, my Mega Gengar right there didn't get to do much because he thundered into my Primal Groudon to get in Smeargle, which was a very smart play. Had he hit Thunder on Ho, I don't think I would have went down. In fact, I'm pretty positive that I would not have went down to that. But we have a bunch of Mega Gengar teams like that. That's just more offensive builds, like a fatter build too. You just Toxic and Glare, and Mega Gengar comes in and picks everything off. So Abby's team very similar, as well as the Judgment, Stealth Rock, Toxic, Arceus Fairy. I've been seeing this one a lot too. With Rock, Polish, Necrozma, Dusk Mane. We have Necrozma. And then we have Choice Scarf, Defog, and Veltal. As well as Rest, Dragon Tail, Thousand Arrows, Zygarde. This set would have been a little bit better in the other game too. Just because Like, I was really worried about him, basically, because I only had Dragon Tail as offensive pressure, and if he got enough Swords Dances, Bullet Punch would be able to break through, like, he wouldn't be able to break through Ho ever, but Bullet Punch would be able to break through Necrozma, like, he'd be able to go for it at +4 to knock me out. I didn't, that's why I switched out. I hope that turn makes sense in the last one, as opposed to risking it on, you know, him getting full paired. And then we have defensive Ho, which is the beast. I like my opponent's team, Naganadel, Landorus, Aegislash, all mons you just don't see as often. Although Janvad loves to use Aegislash a lot. By the way, can you guys leave Dugtrio and Gothitelle teams on my smogon profile? I completely forgot that I did not want to skip over Dugtrio. Like it just isn't up there. Arena Trap is up there, so I want to use it. Of course, that's only if you've had experience with it. I'd rather use those type of teams because, I mean, all the Dugtrios are going to be the same. They're all grounding, but I want to see what you guys can come up with. So, Arceus Fairy is a great lead. I'm assuming it's going to be Landorus lead with Sludge Wave and whatnot. I can eat a hit. Judgment to it KOs. I can get rocks as well. I don't. How do I not lose to Naganadel? That thing, when it's a boost, it kind of sweeps me. Ugh. If this thing still had Levitate, man, you would wall the Landorus, because Landorus runs like Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Stealth Rock, Rock Slide. That's what it runs in this tier. Man, that would have been fire. Okay. If it's HPI Smart Shadow, like Arceus Fairy is the only lead that doesn't lose me something to Landorus immediately, which is why I want to lead off with it, as it leads Arceus. What a beast. He leads Arceus immediately. That guy's a beast. Can't even hex this bad thing. I'll get up a rocks. If he has Breakneck Blitz, it could be bad. Actually, the fact that he led with this is actually really nice too. I'll make the Gengar play. Let's see if he predicts that. Yeah, it just goes for extreme speed, I figured. So I don't have Focus Blast, so I can't risk that. Plus, the fact that they run Chople is pretty scary. So I'm going to double out to Zygarde on the Shadow Claw or Earthquake or whatever, as he goes for Shadow Force, which I will be able to take. And then I can just go for 1,000 arrows. Yep. And so I get my father for him. We don't lose anything to a +4 Arceus, and that boy had enough, because it was just one outplay, dude. Come back. Oh, he saw father. That was it. He didn't know how to deal with that. Alright, he came back. Nice. 6. So I got father, which is really nice. That's going to help me out. He came back just to forfeit. What? Boy, if you don't... I'm trying to play some Pokemon. By the way, I guess I'm assuming you guys already noticed that there's no like intro on this video. Just bear with me up until the wedding and, you know, like the honeymoon after and whatnot. I just want to be able to put out as much content as possible still, and this is the easiest way for me to do it, especially with all the time. Like, I haven't even streamed in 5 days, man. I'm so sad. But everybody knows why, and you know it's completely fine. But I'm hoping to throw off a stream today at some point. Got a lot to do this week, but alright, let's look at his team. What is Gengar's role in this game? To just honestly will-o-wisp one of these two and hopefully trap one of them. If that's Ultra Necrozma, it's still checked by Gengar, which is amazing. Salamence. Do not like this type of matchup at all, but I love Arceus Fairy as a lead because it deals with so much of his team. Arceus Fairy is so pressured in this game, man. He has not only Salamence, but Marshadow and a Veltal. He has the 3 Pokemon that most pressure Arceus Fairy because I'm supposed to check all 3 of them in one Pokemon. My Zygarde can check Salamence. I can Dragon Tail it out, which is really nice for maybe a Scarf of Veltal sweep in the late game. I don't see... This is definitely Arceus Fairy. I don't see a Dark Pulse switching. If he leads Arceus Fairy too, we're the exact same set. Solid Rock, Toxic. And this is all set up from there. But I do want rocks early. I want to disrupt that. Salamence, pressure switch-ins and whatnot, break a potential Focus Sash or more Shadow. I've been seeing that set a lot more too. Not the biggest fan of that set, but it does work. Shout out to Glacier City, by the way. I love her playlist. Like I can just put random points in it. I have the audio turned all the way down, but I just turned it up for a second to make sure everything was playing. And I love her music, man. I don't care what anybody says. Her, Mew more. I wish Hoops and Hip Hop did more stuff, but we'll get up rocks first. As he goes for Toxic immediately. I do not have the aromatherapy. I'll go to Necrozma right here. I'm assuming you're going to get up rocks as well. Go for Rock Polish. See how he reacts. I mean, Actually, I like the Rock Polish. Yeah, I like Rock Polish better than Swords Dance because I want to, whatever comes in, it's going to be forced to attack me. If I go for Swords Dance, he might go Groudon and try and be a little bit aggressive. Rock Polish can also win me the game. So it is Arceus Fairy. It's same exact one. He honestly arguably got out better at that just because Toxic and whatnot. I could also just throw off my Z. I can literally throw off my Z move immediately and probably get a KO. I think that's actually the play. Because if you go Groudon, I severely weaken it. You go a Veltal and its Scarf gets blown back. You give me Arceus Fairy, that helps out my... well, I'm going to be sad because this could have been an easy setup opportunity. But actually, I think this is the better play. Just throwing off my Z move immediately. Especially because Salamence has not Mega Evolved. If this is defensive, he'll live. Otherwise, I don't think he'll live at all. Let's see. Let's see. 200 base power. Good B. Okay, so we get rid of the Veltal, which is amazing for Gengar. Especially now because it outspeeds something. We're a little bit worried about the Salamence for sure, but I can Dragon Tail with Zygarde while getting my form. If it's Eruption Groudon, that's also a threat. But that also gives me my Zygarde form as well. Complete. So Groudon comes out. Hope it's not Eruption. Let's see if he erupts immediately. Yep. That should give me my Father form though, which is really nice. And that'll give me a little bit of chip damage on him, which is pretty cool. He could have HP Ice, but I don't think it knocks me out. He probably does have HP Ice, but I don't think it knocks me out from this range, just because I have like my thick HP stat. So we're definitely just going to go for the Dragon Tail. I don't have to predict Arceus Fairy at all, because that's a free switch into my Solgaleo form. And Dragon Tail is just better in general. Again, Arceus Fairy should be his initial switching, but if he wants to stay in, I don't want him like rock polishing HP Ice because knowing he could take a hit. Then again, Glare is something that can come out too. I'm not sure how he'd react. If it's Refresh Salamence, you might go out to that. He does have HP Ice. Thankfully, you do land the Dragon Tail. Get a little bit of chip off on that Groudon, which is nice. And the Necrozma is going to come out. I'll attempt to rest. Beautiful as he goes for Sunsteel Strike. And he... Yo, I end up at full HP. That's incredible. So from the little amount of HP I was at to full, we can now go Zygarde. And he's forced into Arceus Fairy, which is really solid for me. In fact, what double could he make that would be a little annoying? I'm going to go Gengar here, because Judgment doesn't do crap, and I can Sludge Wave. Yeah. This also can prevent most doubles. Like, this isn't the best opportunity to get in Gengar, because he can obviously go Groudon. No, this is a fine opportunity to get in Gengar. Because Sludge Wave is pretty free. Then I can Will-O-Wisp after. Yeah. This is still a fine opportunity to get in Gengar, especially because Groudon is being chipped away at, and that'll lead open. Like, for example, if I trap Arceus, if he decides to give me Arceus, he should double. But if he decides to give me Arceus, that really, really, really opened up the door for my Scarf of Veltal. It's Scarf of Veltal on this team, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Yes. So it does open up that door for my Scarf of Veltal. And that's really why I also want to get rid of the Veltal of his own as well. I shouldn't... Honestly, going hard Gengar isn't the play. The better play that prevents a lot is potentially Ho-Oh here. But he was just Toxic. So I can go Ho-Oh into Gengar. I'll go hard Gengar. Look, Cursed Body actually doing something. That's fire. That's a free Sludge Wave. I don't have to bother going for Hex. That's just a free Sludge. I could Willow. Actually, I could Hex. Let me Hex. Because if he stays in, I'm pretty sure his last move is Recover. If he goes Hard Bar Shadow, this will do more to it. If he goes Necrozma, Dustmane, he'll do more to that. It'll do more to Gengar as well. Excuse me, Groudon as well. Like more than Sludge Wave would. And the only way Sludge Wave would be the better play is if I didn't get that Judgment Cursed Body thing there. Of course, if he has Earth Power, if he stays in that one turn, I get to Rock Polish double my Necrozma, Duskmane, so I'm okay with that. Hey, loser 32, bro. What happened? Just timer off. I want to play this. I want to play this. There you go. I'm trying to play it. I'll put the timer back on in a bit, but I'm trying to play this game versus you, dude. He might even be a minus Spadef nature, exactly. So that's why I think that was a better play. I don't think I was doing 25 with the other attack. So Mega Gengar coming in, picking up the Primal Groudon, something I hated switching into. I'm assuming Marshallow's going to come out right there, but beautiful. Hex doing 43%. My God, that's definitely naive. Primal Groudon. That is not hasty at all. Like I said, I'm only turning off the timer because my boy taking his time, but I want to play this game, especially because now that I'm Mega, the next time I come in on that Arceus is mine. That Arceus is mine. Beautiful. And the great thing is if it is Ultra Necrozma, as long as it's not Rock Polish, if it is Ultra Necrozma and he Ultra Bursts, the second he does, Mega Gengar outspeeds him and just takes him on. Alright, you know what? At this point, I'll put the timer on this bad boy now. Because he took a second there. Goes out into his Salamence. We're going to taunt, that way he cannot Dragon Dance. It's a little bit aggressive and he could just go right for the attack right here, but yeah, he does go right for the Dragon Dance, which is nice. Very solid. Is it worth going Arceus Fairy? Yes, it is, because I have a Veltal to check the Marshadow, so that's not a threat. And if he double edges, look how much damage that boy just took. Plus it's a speed tie after, so, and I actually don't die to poison, which isn't that good. But the fact that I actually win a speed tie right there is really nice because Salamence is gone, but then he gets to bring out his Necrozma. But he brings out Marshadow instead, so that's fine. Beautiful. You can go for Spectral Thief. You Life Orb, or what are you, my friend? I don't know. I'm gonna bring out my because even if this is dual dead, like I have a full Necrozma and I have a Zygarde. So I think that this is my better play. So bringing out a Veltal, I'm just clicking Oblivion Wing. No matter what he does. As he brings out that Arceus Fairy. And basically I get my Veltal right back to full. Or if not, yeah, a close amount. I'll get in Ho-Oh now. As he goes for recover, and I'm gonna double out into. There's no point in doubling out to Gengar. I'll just throw off a Toxic, as he misses his, unfortunately. I don't think that it might matter, but depending on what he does, I think that was worth it just in case the endgame got really shaky. So go for Swords Dance here. That'll prevent his Necrozma from doing much to me. The fact that his Arceus is now, I don't know how I felt about that play, especially because I can Rock Polish up after. I don't think Shadow Sneak knocks me out because you're not boosted. Yes, I can Rock Polish up right now. It could be Scarf though. It could be Scarf Marshadow. If that's the case, okay. If it's Scarf Marshadow, even if he takes my +2 attack. There's no one move he can go for that'll knock out a Veltal at that range it's at, and then he takes all the damage anyway. But I'm going for SD because I want to make sure that the Solgaleo, because I don't think I go down to Shadow Sneak. Yeah, that boy lost. Nice. Alright, well, Gengar's job in that game, it's haunted the Salamence, preventing it from setting up to a KO Groudon. We take those. It was also going to trap Arceus at one point. And Curse Body actually did something, so that's pretty cool. Let's look for another game with Zing's team. Now, Zing has a little bit more of a... There's actually a few people that passed this team. Luna, you're giving me too much heat, bro. You're giving me way too much heat. Tone it down a little bit, and I'll use them more. Tone it down just a little bit. But we have a Telekinesis Mega Gengar. Now, what Telekinesis does is it throws every Pokemon in the air. And yeah, they're just there and they're dead and we win. No, but what it actually does is it makes moves for the next 3 turns always connect. So my Zap Cannon always connects, my Focus Blast always connects for the next 3 turns. But vice versa, my opponent's Precipice Blade will always connect, and all them hard hitting moves that we don't want to see anyway will always be able to connect as well. But we'll see how this does. It'll be a little fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm gonna use Telekinesis at some point in this game, hopefully. Arceus Water, Judgment, no Toxic. That Groudon's gonna be a pain. Automatically going into this, I'm already thinking Groudon is a pain. I'd lead to lead Groudon because his going Groudon's a huge pain. And even if he leads a Veltal and just Dark Pulses immediately, I want to pressure him with rocks, but I also want a Toxic. I want Toxic. If he has Taunt, he's Taunt. I don't mind him toxicking me himself. As long as I was able to connect there. Awesome. So that's support of Veltal. Toxic. Foul Play. Roost. I'll double out into my Veltal right now just to see how because I don't want to set up rocks and have him just be defog. Yeah, I don't mind getting hit by a Foul Play. Especially because HP on a Veltal doesn't matter so much. We'll U-turn here on his next Toxic. We're just gonna outplay him for a little bit. Get some turns racking up. All right, that boy going down to Zap Cannon. wonder if Gengar goes down from full. So I'm assuming he's just going to go for Roost right here. Trying to see your full move pool, bro. Just goes for the... goes to foul play. Even if he toxics me at this point, like Oblivion Wing is going to get me some nice recovery. Oof. And he misses. So not only did that happen the way it did, but he also just lost a Veltal. Necrozma comes out. Necrozma. I don't know how to deal with this mon, depending on what its set is, so we'll go Groudon. If this is Rocker, this is great, then we get up Rocks ourselves. Oh, perfect. Alright, so that's Rocks for me. Even though that does allow in potentially... Oh god, it's this guy. It's you. It's you. The Dragon Pulsar. I forgot about you. What's up, though? I'm in this. I can just Mega Evolve and be fast. This is one of the things why Ultra Necrozma is actually not as broken as it could be. Mega Gengar is faster. And it picks up a KO right now. What? I was lied to. How did that not KO? I'm actually really disappointed that it didn't KO. That's really bad. That's actually incredibly... I didn't even bother counting that because I thought it was just a guaranteed KO. It's Mega Gengar, you know. But brings out Arceus Fairy, which is odd considering what I have as an initial switching. Goes for Wisp and misses, unfortunately. Go for Wisp again and misses. I basically went for my Z move right there. This dude cannot land an attack to save his life, by the way. I feel bad. But I went for my Z move because I knew that even if he burnt me, I'd be able to get rid of Arceus Fairy. And now I can click Dark Pulse through his team. Kind of. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I actually have to Earthquake this thing too because it's a giant threat. Even if he knocks me out with Eruption. Oh, beautiful damage. As he goes for Fire Punch and KOs me. So you were faster, so you're definitely faster. Oof, that's fire. Give me you. Yeah, Veltal about to win me this game too. Bulu actually about to win because Groudon goes down. Yep. And I have a full Arceus. I have a full recover Arceus. This boy cannot hit to save his life though. I'm feeling the mocking and the anger coming out soon. I don't know what this is supposed to do. He knows my set. Like, we're just gonna horn leech each other, bros. So we wood hammering out here. I wonder if I recover enough with this actually. Ooh. I don't. I should just. Nice. So give me my Oblivion Wing KO right now. I'll take it. Yep. And it was over at that point. Really sucks though. That guy cannot hit an attack to hit his life. And I didn't even get to use the... I'll go back to it. We'll try right now. That's fine. I'll try it. I'm not actually on as much of a time. Like, I want to get 2 videos done. But I have a little bit more time right now. A little bit more free time. So I want to attempt to use that telekinesis thing. I don't think I'll ever find a situation where Gengar's coming in and I'm forcing that much of a switch. But I have to, like, predict an Veltal. Like, the fact that Veltal went down earlier was nasty. Ooh, it might work here. Or we'll just get blown away. Huh, who knows? You too, man. Arceus Water. So the problem with this Arceus Water is it's actually not bad. It's Judgment and Ice Beam, so I actually can't... I can Ice Beam on the Gengar and then get some damage off on it. But the issue is, and I leave Groudon because Toxic is just so nasty. I'm a Stealth Rock. Surprised you like Gengar, yeah. As he brings out his Giratina, throw off a Toxic on you as he defogs immediately. I'm assuming he's going to throw off a Toxic his own right now. I would throw off a Toxic if I were him. Or Hex immediately too. But getting a nice little Toxic off on his Giratina is really nice. I don't see a Cleric. As he gets in Groudon. That was a very good play. But that gives me Arceus Water. Yep, that gives me Arceus Water. I'm going to defog first. I'm assuming he Toxic on his own. This mon is a problem. Like I said, this Groudon is a problem. Especially if it's offensive Stealth Rock, because I need damage on it to knock it out with Shadow Ball. I need a lot of damage to knock it out with Shadow Ball. Let's see if we see a toxic. Yep, we do. I'll Ice Beam right now. That boy's going Gengar to hex me. Ooh, that's tough. I'll get in my Veltal right now. I'm assuming you're gonna hex, but he might just predict this. So that's Arceus Fairy for sure, and it's probably coming out right now. I'd be Arceus Fairy on this type of team. Yep. For sure. Default on Giratina, so it might be Earth Power Arceus Fairy. Scout for that. As he goes, Primal Groudon. I need damage. Like I don't know if I'm gonna get it off on anything else, and I can't beat Groudon. So I will gladly trade my Bulu for that much damage on Groudon, especially because he decided it was in his best interest to give me that. So I will gladly take that. Gladly. As he goes Giratina next. Lovely. Oh, look at that damage. Oh, look at that damage. Give me this thing too. I will take this Pokemon from you too. Toxic me. Give me that. Hey, okay, so yeah, he gets to go Gengar and revenge me, but beautiful. Mon is gone. Lovely. Goodbye. You deserve a good rest. There's probably Shed Shell too. Okay, so Oblivion Wing is my play, as it actually recovers some health. This goes Arceus Fairy. This gives me my Groudon. I'm going to attempt to get up rocks to pressure him a little bit. Good double, I suppose. I wouldn't. Go Zygarde, though. I still need rocks, like, no matter what. Like, I'm tired of this thing coming in. And this Mon is a problem now. I don't have Roar. I missed. It's alright. It's not your fault, dude. This is actually my win con. So I don't want him glaring me as he Dragon Tails me. Oh, that game's over. This is where hitting the Press's Blades would have been amazing. As, like, he basically wouldn't be able to set up as much as he is, but right now it's pretty much over. Yeah. Surprised he Dragon Tailed immediately. He should just attack me. Actually, he might not be confident that he KOs me. So subbing makes the most sense. I can't. I'm not 1v1ing this Mon though, and he becomes father right now. He gets slower though. So I'm going to try and go for my Z move right here. I'm assuming I actually live this 1,000 arrows. Like, I'm actually pretty confident I live it. And maybe he'll be slower than my Yveltal. Bro, this is a max attack power Sunsteel Strike. I don't care. He actually should Dragon Dance again, to be honest. That'll just win him the game. Yeah, missing the first Precious Blaze was terrible. It ensured the loss for sure. Good game. Yeah, that was lame. But to be honest, the last guy also I dodged every attack, so it's pretty funny that the miss was on a team where I'm attempting to use Telekinesis Gengar, and I don't know. I feel like Taunt is better in most situations. I should have kept Bulu alive, but honestly, dude, that's sub Zygarde would beat Bulu. Sub Father would beat Bulu 1v1. It just stalled on my grass terrain, still gets leftovers, get its Father form. Dragon Dance up to +6, and Bulu wouldn't have been able to deal with it. That's also the bad thing about not having, like, that's why I've actually been liking Roar Arceus as of late, at least Arceus Water. I've been liking it a lot. What Gengar am I on this? Sub 3 attacks. Okay. How do you Z beat Celesteela? Necrozma sets up on it, and Zygarde. What do I beat Zygarde with? I have an Arceus Rock. I have my own Zygarde with Glare. Well, Zygarde's gonna be a problem. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna Zygarde, I'm gonna click Glare. That boy has Mewtwo as his only answer. As he's the only mon that can Oak on me. He might taunt right here, but I will gladly take a glared Yveltal for 60% of my health. Because it's not even 60% of my health. It actually isn't because I get become the father for him. Arceus Rock is my dedicated answer to this thing, but that just invites so much in on his team, man. He has Zygarde and Groudon, and I have Will-O-Wisp, which is good for Zygarde, kind of. Not the best though, but not good for Groudon, obviously. Charles. That reminds me of was it a pony or something? I don't know, something back in the day when I was in middle school. The word Charles, and the way I'm saying it too, it reminds me of something. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Probably look it up on YouTube, but nah. Bro, a Veltal user. What's happening, buddy? I'm gonna see if I can get a video up with my all that just to click taunt, bro. Like, what? Oh, but Dark Pulse and it did so much damage. So now the unfortunate thing is I'm pretty much forced to recover right here, and then he gets in his Groudon. The good thing is, if it's this Eruption Groudon, it should be Rock Groudon on this team, but at the same time, he's so weak to Xerneas, so I'm pretty sure that's Spadef, Rock, Necrozma, and Rock Polish this, but I'm going to attempt a Will-O-Wisp right here. I don't care if I get glared. It's going to hurt versus the, actually if he's Rest Talk, it doesn't make a difference, right? Yeah. He makes a double out to that, which means that he's easily able to go for Ice Beam here. I'm going to try and get my rocks. His Defogger is potentially a Veltal, but it's Life Orb, so I don't know if it's actually Defog, and look how little that did. So that's incredible. Get him my rocks as Taunt Dark Pulse of Veltal comes out. This beast. Just get out of here. It's going to do so much damage too, but I need damage on it for... I need the Stealth Rock damage, that way Gengar can come in and revenge kill him. Man, that's so annoying. This mon's so good versus me. Taunt. Veltal. Just throw off an Ice Beam. As he goes Groudon, I get some damage off on that. I mean, this is still helping my Gengar because I Will-O-Wisp the Zygarde, so I get to Hex everything. And I just really wish I still had my Mon, obviously. He's just going to get up his rocks, so I'll just Ice Beam him. Actually, this might be... I might be beating him 1v1. He's just going to be able to go out Veltal and Dark Pulse me. But, I'll be able to Sludge Wave him. Goes Mewtwo, though. Which is also a good play because it's going to be a speed tie at the end of the day. If he's Mega Mewtwo, I actually cannot beat this Mon. Like, period. And I miss Origin Pulse on top of that, so just to spite me. I hope I crit. Yeah, I can't. If it's Calm Mind, Ice Beam, Fire Blast, it's game over anyway. It's 120 base power. I gotta dodge. Yeah, I don't know how I beat that Mon on my team, period. And after the, I did not beat that Mon with this team, period. Yeah. And after the flinch on me, causing me my Groudon, because I could have went into that as a sack, as opposed to staying in, because I couldn't go hard or anything. If I went still, it still died to +1. Charles. You killed across my team too. This team looks cool. I might go back to that Charles team too. Okay, it's not Charles' team. That's the guy I played. I might go back to it though. But this team looks really fun as well. I didn't actually even show off the team. Like, I love these type of builds, but an offensive Mewtwo is definitely a threat, especially when, like, I don't have a. I 100% had no switching to a Zygarde like that, whereas I would rather Will-O-Wisp it because if it's sub Dragon Dance, even if it's Glare Dragon Dance, it beats this Zygarde 1v1 because I can't break its sub. Period. And it just sets up all the way to it. So that's why Will-O-Wisp was the trade, because I don't know his set, and I have potential to lose just right there to that Mon. Like, immediately to lose right there to that Mon. Melly. Of course, he has 2 counter. Literally, he has like 3 counters to this Pheromosa. It's not about Pheromosa anyway. What type of Gengar am I on this team? Protect, Disable. That should be cool. Once again, we're hitting Zygarde on these builds. And the fact that we hate... I'm going to lead Marshadow and hope he leads Ho and try and Stone Edge it. Perfect. Let me Stone Edge you. Amazing. Okay, so my thought process there was Ho kind of toxic and beats my entire team. So let me go off the fact that this little, this little trick will work, and now we get rid of Ho, which is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. That Mon was a giant threat throughout the entire team. So Basically, if I let Arceus water, we would have to trade Toxic. Then my Arceus water can't wall Zygarde as well as it did. We already saw how it was before. Pex comes out. Love ladder. Why are you talking? I beat you every day. Alright, so just gonna Mega Evolve and click Shadow Ball. Let's see how he responds as he goes for Scald. I'm assuming you are a Shed Shell. Like I said, I'm assuming he is Shed Shell. And there he is. This was bound to happen because I'm throwing off attacks versus you. Goes Arceus Dark. We're going to Protect. As he goes for Judgment. And no longer will you go for Judgment. And that's how Gengar beats Arceus Dark. With its Spadef drop into... with a Spadef drop into Disable Protect. Not bad. So not only our Hologon, but also the Arceus Dark, which was a threat. Alright, big threat came out. Number 2. Route to Pheromosa we go. Because I have the Ice Beam. And I will click it. Scald. Disable that. If he wants to get a T-Spike, that's fine. Basically, Gengar's role in this game is also absorbing T-Spike, which is pretty cool. You do not like this Mon. You do not like a Veltal clicking Dark Pulse, Life Orb Dark Pulse at all. Let's see. Ooh, 59. Oof. Oof. Look at this Mon putting in some work. Pex? Hey, bro, you're on the defensive end of this. Oof. That is a 2-hit KO on Pex. Zygarde comes out. Route to Pheromosa we go. Ice Beam that bad boy immediately as it goes Groudon. You can catch this low kick too. As he gets up rocks. Oh, Bug Buzz because it won't be able to pick up a KO. And that'll give me Gengar just to absorb this T-Spike. Disable that roar. I want you to knock me out. I want you to knock me out right now. Thank you. I Fire Punch? I do. So give me this thing. Perfect. Celesteela is going to attempt to do its thing versus me. I'm going to get in my Groudon as he Leech Seeds me. Goes hard Zygarde. That shouldn't matter as much because I do have Arceus. And I do want my I got a Rockstar as opposed to going hard for Toxic. Because I'm assuming he's just going to try and set up on me. As he goes for 1,000 arrows. This is free Dark Pulses. Like, I'm going to still attempt to go for Toxic because it's still my best play. Actually, why not Fire Punch? Give me some damage. Oh, come on. I did not want to crit on you. If you don't give me these boosts right now. Give me them. Ah. So basically by doing this, I prevent him from boosting all the way up. I get a crit, which is actually terrible. I can always go Groudon too as he knocks me out. Then we can go right out to Arceus and win with Ice Beam. Not bad. And Gengar actually was able to deal with Arceus Dark in this game and smack through his team. Let me get out of here. GG. Drop a GG. That man said so awful. That boy got the work. Alright, what a great way to end it. Beautiful. So I hope you guys all enjoyed, of course. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. It was definitely a lot of fun. Imagine getting mad. Like, he didn't have to stay in. Rock Tomb is a potential last move on Marshadow. Obviously, it's not the most common, but just imagine that. I'm really glad I won that game. Like, just imagine that. Like, losing the entire game right there. I told you guys my thought process. I told you guys my thought process immediately, right? I stay in. I lead Marshadow because Ho is such a big threat to my team, and I'll have to trade something with Toxic, and I don't want my Arceus water getting toxic based on the previous game we played, right? Where I literally lost to Zygarde because my answer to it was just worn down easily. So, yeah, I stand by my play, and I think he should have scouted for Rock Tomb or even or Stone Edge. Obviously, Stone Edge, not common at all, but he should have scouted still for Rock Tomb at least. Rock Tomb has a chance of being ran, even though HP Ice is more common. But again, I do hope you guys all enjoyed. Of course, if you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.